Hello and good morning to all of my YouTube friends and family. So this morning I thought I would make a video. I would skip my morning run and do something a lot different and do a sort of get ready with me makeup edition video. So what I'm dealing with here is I am 47 years old and I think I've got pretty good skin for 47, and I think I don't follow all the makeup trends. I don't know what's trending in makeup, but I know what works for me. And if you're fair-skinned and you're around my age group, it might work for you too. So I thought maybe I should share it because I think it works pretty well for me and I get complimented on my makeup quite a bit. So let's get into this. So first of all, skincare wise, I've got some pretty decent skin. I'm gonna look into the monitor. I've got freckles, which all of my followers have probably never seen in the 4 years or so per se that I've been making videos, because I always cover them up and I make darn sure you can't see them. But I've kind of grown to grow into them and love them a little bit because I feel like they make me look a little youthful. So I hold on to my freckles now. But I've got some under eye wrinkles and some hollowness, a little bit of darkness. It's not tremendous. My biggest issue is I have super dry over eyelids and they get really dry. So the other thing is I've got false lashes on, and these are lash strips and I will keep them on. They stay on. I'll show you the glue I use in my makeup bag when I get to it, and I got it from Amazon and it's amazing. It doesn't irritate my skin. I have super sensitive skin, and the lashes will last for 2 days until they kind of start to feel a little crusty, and then I remove them. So this is day 2. I'm going to keep them on, and I don't have fantastic lashes. I find they're really thin. They don't grow well, and eyelashes, the strips, I don't even always wear them because I have sensitive eyes and I go with my thin, feathery little lashes, but I have them on now. So bonus when I'm making a video. Anyways, so I do have really dry skin on my eyelids, and that's something I've got to deal with. Skincare wise, what I've already done this morning, and I do a lot of skincare. Well, not a lot, actually. I don't do a lot. It's pretty simple and basic, but I do the same things. I use a spray, and this one is the Mario Badescu face spray, which I will use any type of cheap facial moisturizing spray that has clean ingredients in it. And whether I get it from Shoppers Drug Mart or Sephora or wherever, I don't care, I use that. And I get hyaluronic acid off Amazon, and I put that on top of the spray and I let it sit for a while. And then the third step, which I will do with you, is this one is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost. I will get a good amount of that on my finger, and that's what I'm going to sort of seal my skin barrier with. And I don't really use, oh, I just put it right on my eyeball. Oh gosh, that's gonna hurt. And I always do it on my chest and, my chest and my neck for sure, because ladies, our chests and our necks are 47 years old. It's probably more important than our face, honestly. And if I were going to be going out into the sun, and which I should be doing every day, is using a sunscreen and SPF, but sunscreen of any type really irritates my skin. Okay, hold on a second. The lotion in my eyes is really hurting. That could ruin my whole day and make my eyes irritated all day. I have such sensitive skin. Okay, we're back. So I got that on. I get it on my lips. Cosmetic procedure wise, at my age, I have had Botox. I am an aesthetic practitioner and I perform aesthetic procedures, so why not perform them on myself? So I have given myself Botox, so I don't really have crow's feet and I don't really have glabella or big. I soften my lines on my forehead. I don't get rid of them. I don't eliminate them because I like to look a little natural, but I have done my lips. That's the most significant thing I've done, is I've done my lips. So that's what I'm working with. And this is me, au naturel. And it's probably the first time any of my viewers have ever seen it. So let's start this baby and get into some makeup. So this is what I'm working with for a makeup area, and it's nothing fancy, it's pretty simple. And then I just have a little chest of drawers beside it that I keep my makeup in, and this is where I get it done. I don't have any sort of fancy setup. I mean, this is truly it. All right, so here goes something new. Let's get started. So the first thing I actually do is I don't use setting spray to set my makeup. I might sometimes, depending on the weather outside, what's going on, but I've got a very little bit left. I'm using the e.l.f. one, and I love it because it's thin and it's light, and I will use it to kind of create a good base for my makeup. So I do that and spray it down quickly. I should have everything right in front of me, but I'm not like 17 and a pro at makeup videos. And then I dry it off. So I just kind of speed up the process here because we know mornings are busy, and usually I just came back from a run and I'm doing makeup and I'm getting ready to go to work, and I've showered and I've got other stuff to do in the morning as well. So, so I'm gonna start off with a foundation. I use the e.l.f. foundation because it's got a really nice glow, and as you will see, you can see through it. So it gives that skin look, which I know is trending, but it gives me that glow. Sort of acts like a bit of a reflection, and that kind of perfects your skin, but it's still natural looking. So, and it won't cover up my freckles, as you will see. It will like even them out, so I don't have like one super dark freckle next to a few really faded ones. It'll even it out so you can see them, but they're not like standing out like crazy. Makeup in my hair, yuck. And this foundation, although many of them I'm afraid to try near my eyes, does not hurt my eyes, which is amazing. And that is, and I gotta be careful because I have lashes on. And I'm gonna try to do this really, really quick, this makeup, and try and do it the way I do it. But I'm not good at this, and I'm kind of nervous because I've never been without makeup like this, totally natural on a video. So it's a first time. I use a brush to blend it in so I get it even. I don't put foundation on my neck. I match the color close enough to me that I don't need to. And I don't do it because I don't want it on my clothes. And that's that. And I've also found that if I have any creases on my neck, makeup is just gonna hijack that and make them look worse, like it does anywhere else on your face. And like I said, with regards to moisturizing our neck and our chests, our age is gonna be given away by our neck and our chests faster than anywhere else. And I don't want makeup settling in creases on my chest, giving away my age, because the whole goal is to, you know, take me back a few years. And yeah, I do put it on my lips because my lips are a little bit bigger than I would like. And this kind of will help me minimize that a little bit. And underneath a lip stain, I like the glow it gives. It gives it a natural glow. And you'll see what I do with lip stain for lipstick, which is probably really unique. And I don't think I've seen anybody do what I do on YouTube for lip color, because I think it looks really natural and really beautiful. Let me look at my mirror and see how I'm doing, because it's kind of hard to tell in the camera screen. And I don't have a camera makeup setup because I don't do these sort of get ready with me makeup videos. And I think I did one 4 years ago when I thought I'd be like famous for it. And then I realized the 15-year-olds are taking over and they win because they're better at makeup than all of us. But this makeup works. I'm telling you, it works. Okay, especially if you like a minimal look. Now, I go between dark hair and really blonde hair. I'm naturally blonde, and my eyebrows are microbladed, and I have powder brows too, so they look a little darker than their natural color. And when my hair is dark, I wear a little bit more makeup. When my hair is blonde, I can't get away with it. It just looks like I'm wearing a lot of makeup. So I have to keep it lighter and more neutral when I'm wearing a lot of makeup. And let me warn you, as we get older, contrast brings us a youthful look. So when my hair is darker and I'm wearing a little more contrasting darker makeup, I look younger than when my hair is blonde and my makeup's more neutral, because it kind of gives us a wash and it kind of ages us a little bit. And I know that, but I still feel like I look more myself and more natural with my hair blonde, and I'm in that vibe where I'm enjoying it and I'm liking it and I'm kind of embracing it right now. And I'm just trying to work around it with makeup and the way I do my hair so it doesn't age me. But contrasting hair with your skin tone is going to make you look a little bit more youthful. And the other thing I wanted to say, I wanted to explain hyaluronic acid as an aesthetic medicine practitioner. I showed you the bottle that I get off Amazon. I put that on top of a fluid spray, a moisturizing water spray, because hyaluronic acid, what the molecule does is it holds on to water, it pulls it in and it draws it in. And that's how hyaluronic acid dermal fillers work. We inject them into our lips per se, or we'll do cheeks or jawline with it. And wherever we inject hyaluronic acid dermal filler, how it works is it retains water, and that's where it gives you that volume and that increase in size. So if I were to drink a crap ton of water, which I always do, like I've got my water with me. This is my second one of the morning. And this is, and I mean, I've got coffee too. So like, I'm not all good, but the more, if I drink a ton of water, my lips will look enormous. When I'm dehydrated, if I'm not well, my lips will look smaller. So if you want that plump look on your skin, hyaluronic acid mixed with a good moisturizer and a moisturizing spray is going to draw water into your skin and hold onto it. So you keep that plump moisturized look all day long. And that's what you're after. That's the gold, right? So that's why I wanted to explain that when I was showing you the skincare products I use, and I forgot to do that. So I've got foundation on, and see, you can still see my freckles. You can still see my imperfections. Nothing's looking perfect here, and it never will. But, you know, I'm going to make it look as good as it can, and I think you'll be impressed. I think you'll be surprised. So, eyebrows, I just use just a blondish color, and I like the look of fluffy eyebrows, but I don't have a lot of natural hair on my brows. As you guys know, I have a history of alopecia areata, and there was a time on videos where you've seen me with no hair at all. No eyebrows, no eyelashes, and my hair has grown back with treatments, but my eyebrows and my eyelashes still, they kind of struggle. And my hair struggles too sometimes. It's not always the best, but, you know, as you know and you've seen throughout the years, I have my ways of getting around that. But, so I can't really pull them up enough to get the fluffy effect. I can maybe pull like one up and it'll be really long and fluffy. But like there's some areas that I can do better than others. But I do have the microblading and the powder brows, so good enough, and it gives me a good brow, and I like the color. It's natural, and it looks like my color, and it is my color. So that's that. So for eye makeup, I'm gonna go really minimal, and I use pretty much natural. I like a bronze look. I like to warm up my look a little bit. I'm gonna use just this bronzy eyeliner stick. I'm gonna use the mirror because I don't like it to go too high on my eyelid. I like to keep it low below my lashes. And I'm gonna blend it out anyway with a little bit of my face bronzer for eyeshadow. Okay, so that's that. And then I'm going to grab a makeup brush. And I'm really sorry, I'm not going to be able to be one of these girlies that can name you off the makeup brushes except for one that I use. This is CoverGirl True Blend Skin Bronzer. And I will use this on my face, but I also use it as an eyeshadow. And it blends really nicely, and it's really forgiving. So I don't have to do a lot of crazy work to make it work. So I will blend it up and out a little bit. I know this looks insane, but it will look better. And I don't often get to see the process on camera. I only see it from my perspective, but looking at it on camera, it does look crazy, but it will look normal. So the other side, I just had a panic attack. I looked over and I thought my camera wasn't recording. And I was like, oh, hell no, I'm not doing this again. Maybe next week. I've kind of been struggling with videos. I feel like my old content isn't aligned with me anymore. And I want to make different stuff, but I still want it to be in the space where it's like helping women and beauty and confidence and becoming our best selves and that sort of thing. But I don't really know in particular where to focus. I have an idea, and this has been the cause for the sparse number of videos I have uploaded, because you can only reinvent your channel so many times. And I don't want to do it again until I know exactly what direction I'm heading in, and I'm getting there. But today is a misnomer. It's makeup day. Okay, so I've got that on. I've got that going on, and I'm going to use just this flat brush and blend it. Sometimes I apply it with this brush, but I find it puts it on a little bit heavy. So I'm just gonna kind of blend it out. And when I put a little bit of makeup on my face, that'll blend it. The other thing I don't do is I do not powder my whole face. And I have tried every single way in the world that every single female on YouTube powders her under eyes to make concealer last. And it has never done anything but make me look like I have the worst problem with wrinkles under my eyes that any female can ever experience. So that's a little heavy. I'm just blending it out. So I don't powder my under eyes. And since I use a bit of setting spray there, I just set it with setting spray, with a little setting spray. And that works fine. I will powder my face some days if I'm looking really glowy, because I do use highlighter, and this foundation, like, it's glowing, it's giving glow. And I don't have any kind of filter on. I don't have anything going on. This is the very first time in my YouTube history where I have no filter going on whatsoever, no anything. And I don't even have good lighting. I'm using a makeup light for lighting. So this is truly an experiment. And so what I'm going to do next is I've got this NARS bronzer, and it is in the original lightest color, Laguna 2 original lightest color. And I give it a swirl, and then I do it in the cap as well to lighten it up, because this is gonna darken me up much too much if I'm not careful. I don't like to go way down with bronzer, and the reason is because I don't want to drag my face down. I'm very conscious of trying not to age myself, because I feel like we have our whole lives to look aged, and I want to hold on to a youthful look as long as possible, because I have forever to not be able to maintain that no matter what godforsaken trick I try. So I also get a little bit of heaviness here, and that happens as we age. Our bone structure recedes, so our face moves forward, and that's how you end up with jowling. That's how you'll see elderly people with really long noses. So hope that doesn't happen to you or me, but that's what happens, because our nose, our bone and our anatomical structure, there's an opening there, and the musculature, the muscle fiber, the muscle tissue moves forward, and our bone structure goes back. And that's where dermal fillers come in, by reinforcing your bone structure as you get older. So I do contour my jawline, and of course I want to snatch jaw like every other girl. So, and shaping our face in a V shape using concealer and bronzer is what you want to do. That's what we do in aesthetic medicine, using fillers. If we want to feminize a face, we give it a heart shaped with a pointed, more pointed, narrow chin. If we want to masculinize it, we give it a more square shaped look. So, and I have a little bit of a double chin, so I pull it down just under my chin to create some shadow and some question, like, does she have a double chin or doesn't she? I don't know if I'm fooling anybody, but I got it a bit, see? A little bit. But I'm aware of it. So I will go over and I make sure I kind of do this area in like an arc. That's what I do. And I am going to put foundation above that, like a brighter foundation. But see how I already have this V look? That's the V look I want. That's going to give me that snatched look. And then I'm going to blend this in. Again, I'm not looking at the camera, I'm looking at my mirror, friends, but I'm trying to move quickly here, and I don't want the video to take forever, or no one's gonna want to watch it anyway. And I want you to watch it because this actually is good stuff and it works, especially if you're my age and you want to have a fresh, youthful looking makeup application and still look younger without a ton of makeup, but look like you're wearing, not look like you're doing your makeup like you did in like the 90s. This is the trick. So then I'm using a highlighter above my bronzer. And I use it under my blush. I'm gonna apply a highlighter, and I'm gonna use it like liberally. I don't even care. I'm putting it everywhere here because I will put it on top of everything more strategically after. I actually almost use it to blend. So when I'm done, you're gonna kind of see my freckles down here and across my nose and across my forehead a little bit, but you won't see freckles all over my face. The highlighter that I'm putting on reflects the light away from my freckles, so you can't really see it. You can't really see, like, if you look hard, you're gonna see my freckles, but they're not standing out. And then I'm going to use a bright concealer. This is where I'm really gonna look psychotic, but this is okay because, ladies, this really works. If you want a really nice jawline, you're gonna draw a V. Okay, it looks like that. And then I'm gonna fill in my chin. And this is the e.l.f. foundation, or concealer, sorry. And it's really matte and it lasts forever. And then I'm going to, see, I do my makeup like we do medical aesthetics. So I almost do it like I do procedures. The same way I would enhance your face with cosmetic procedures is the way I do my makeup. Maybe that's why it works for me, because it's based on anatomy and physiology as opposed to just a look or a trend. So I put some concealer there, then I'm going to put some here. And this is a big trick, guys. If you have nasolabial folds that are heavy here, I don't, they're not heavy, but I never will because I'm always going to do this. And when this doesn't work anymore, I will get filler put there. Actually, I won't. I'll get it put on my cheeks because that's where I get rid of nasolabial folds for clients. I lift their cheek up and I inject their cheek and it lifts their nasolabial fold. It pins the skin up higher and it gives a mini facelift and it eliminates their nasolabial fold. So there's a trick. If you go to an injector or if you have any fillers done and you have those folds, ask them to do a facelift using a cheek pin with dermal filler. Not all of them know how to do it, but they can look it up. And I'm going to use just a liquid cheap spray on a beauty blender. Spray it so it's wet and it doesn't pick up my makeup. And I'm going to blend this out. And I want that V. Like, I want that V shape. Like a dude wants a six-pack. On his stomach, not in his stomach. And I know it doesn't look blended, but it will by the time I'm done. And it won't even look like I have anything on. Sometimes I have to redo things because I'm not the most, you know. If you know, you know. And under my eyes, I've got more of my own natural color. And I don't need a lot under my eyes. I need color correction more over my eyes than under, I think. And I will put a brighter dot of foundation there at the end, maybe, if I remember. But I might not. But look at the difference. And that's just a little under eye. And I don't do eyeliner anymore on top of my eyes, liquid eyeliner very much, but I do tightline. And I do tightline on the bottom too, which everyone says, don't do, it'll make your eyes look smaller. But I feel like it enhances the color of my eyes because I do it with brown and I have blue eyes, so it works well for me. I'm going to go over with the brush I used for bronzer, but with a powder with that powder that I used on my eyes. Before I was using the cream bronzer, the cream contour. And you want some white space there, so if you're losing it, wipe it up. You want that white space because that's what makes your jaw look snatched. And then you want to go up here because that's where a feminine jawbone is going to leave a shadow. I'm telling you, ladies, you will have the most snatched looking jaw. I don't care what you're working with. This is magic. Science and medicine go hand in hand with art and beauty. I'm telling you, this is why I love my job. But you guys have seen me talk about my job a million times, and I've worked in different roles in healthcare and in science and in psychology, and I always love what I do. But I think I love this the most because I make people feel beautiful every day, and why not help myself too? And I'm just gonna blend this. And then I'm gonna use a bigger blending brush, but now I'm not gonna go crazy dark. It's winter here and I'm in Canada, so I mean, there's no fooling anyone. I haven't been to Dominican or anywhere amazing, so I'm not gonna go crazy dark or with bronzer. And I don't have any self tanner on, and honestly, I just can't self tan. It just takes too much time, and I want to because it looks so good, but I can't bring myself to do it. So see how I'm raising it up a little higher? Okay, before I put on any blush, I'm going to use a big brush, sort of big, and I'm going to blend this in without dragging it too low. I want to keep that white here because that is what gets rid of the look of droopy face. This is the very first video I've ever made on YouTube that I've had zero filter on. I'm gonna be so nervous when I hit upload for all the horrifying comments like, all these years we knew you. But I mean, I know everybody knew I had I never used a crazy filter, but I always did like the touch up. I hit that star button, and that star button, like, it just makes everything prettier, even on ugly days. And you know, if your makeup isn't good, it just makes you prettier. But I'm not gonna hit the star today. I'm just gonna do it so you guys can see what's really happening, because I believe in this makeup look. And you saw what I was working with to start, and already, like, I am done. Like, I am almost done. This is it. I'm gonna put on some blush, and I'm gonna show you my lip trick, my lip hack, and we are out the door almost. Oh, and this is the eyelash glue I use. It's off Amazon. I don't know if you could see this. It is, I can't read it. Yeah, it says noon and up. Noon and up. I don't know, but if I didn't take the eyelashes off, they wouldn't come off. I take them off at 2 days because they feel like they need to come off. I wouldn't take them off, or they wouldn't come off on their own. And for blush, guys, I'm really going to shock you here, but I use this really old blush. It was a MAC blush, and it's red, but I don't care. I'm going to put it on nice and high, and I'm going to blend it. And it's on top of highlighter right now, so keep this in mind. I know it too looks crazy. I'm also going to go down my nose a little bit, just for a natural look. But it looks crazy, but I'm going to blend it out again, and I'm going to put a little more highlighter on top and tightline my eyes and show you my lipstick hack. So we're not done yet, but we're almost there. And usually it goes way faster than this, even though it looks like I'm just like moving crazy. Maybe I'll speed up the video for you. Okay. So that's that. And let's blend that. Let's blend out the Psycho. I always get one side that is perfect and the other side isn't that. That's okay. Our faces are not balanced. They are not exactly proportional. I actually created an app that tells you where your face is balanced and where it isn't, so you can have aesthetic medical enhancements done properly for what you need. And if anyone's interested, comment and I will share the link to my professional Instagram and my professional business pages. And my business, it's called Lux Aesthetic Medicine and Training Institute. And I think my business Instagram is LuxMedSpa_training. But if you're interested, ask me and I'll post the link. And there's a demo, you can try it and it'll tell you where you're balanced and if you needed a cosmetic procedure, if that would help you in any way, what you would need. And it's really a fabulous app and I'm so proud of myself because I learned to code to build the app myself and I built my own website. It's lolux.ca and it's so beautiful and I did it myself. And as a medicine and science girl and not a tech girl, that was magic. It took me a month and a half of solitude and crazy hiding in front of my computer, but I figured it out and I did both. So there we have it. And okay, so where are we at? We are just about done. Okay, I'm going to use that same big brush and I am going to just blend all over my face. Blend everything together a little bit across where it's very pale, so I don't have any insane bright spots. And ladies, we are almost done. And why I said I'm going to use highlighter again is because I'm going to use the highlighter with a fan brush and be very specific about where I place it. In a V, because that's where our zygomatic bone lies. In a V and up. And then I'm going to just go under my eyebrow a little. And I like bringing this down a little lower than most people do because it makes the eye follow the light up. And that's what we want when we're a little bit older and we're not 17 or 20 or 25 or 35 or 40. Because I'm very close to 50 and this is working, guys. This works. Tell me it doesn't. I also put a little highlighter on my jaw because I want my jawbone to stand out and not my jawline. And I want my jawbone to be predominant because that's going to make me appear more snatched. And that's the goal. And then a little highlighter down the center of my nose. And I don't do it down the center. I do it a little on the right-hand side because my nose is a little bit crooked. And that way I draw attention away from that and the light goes down the straight part because I had my nose broken as a young woman in an accident and it's not bad. It's just a little bit uneven on this side. So I tend to put the highlighter more on this side and it covers that. And a little bit across the top because it's cute. Cutie cutie. And on my top lip, I'm going to tight line my eyes and we're done, girls. So here is my little brown eyeliner. Where are we? I should have had this out and ready. If I was really good at this, if I was a pro get ready with me girl, I would have done that. Okay, I'm going to use the mirror, sorry. And I will go up the lash band a little bit just to make sure there's concealment between any lashes. And if you noticed, I don't put mascara on over fake lashes because I buy blonde fake lashes. I say cuz a lot, and it's really poor grammar. It's because I select blonde lashes, and I feel like if I have the length from fake lashes, then why would I cover them with mascara and make them look really, really fake? Whereas they look a little more natural and enhance natural beauty. Look at my eyes look bluer. And I am going to use some on the bottom, even though it's like against the rules all the girls say, all the girlies, the makeup girlies. They say if you're older, you can't put eyeliner on the bottom. It'll make your eyes look smaller and make you look older. Don't do it. But guess what? I don't care. I think it makes my blue eyes stand out, and I love it. And final touch, my lipstick trick. Lipstick trick of the century. I show this on my business page. So the best lipstick color for you is one shade darker than your natural lip tone. So I'm going to really put this on heavy. And this is a 24-hour stay all day. I'll tell you the company in a second. Maybe I will. It's called Super Stay by Maybelline. What's wrong with me? It's like glowing in my face. Okay, guys, I'm going to rub it in hard. And it's soft like a lipstick. It's not dry. It's moist, but it will dry out to a stay all day dry. Which I can't stand dry lips. And I can't stand opaque. I used to. You guys used to. I did a few makeup videos way back, and I got comments like clown makeup and that, and I look back at those makeup videos and I'm like, what was I thinking? But I think I was overcompensating for having no hair. That was what was happening there. And I liked makeup a lot more. Now I just need makeup. Okay, so there we go. Now this is what makes it a trick. I'm going to take it off as hard as I can. Now, ideally, I would let it sit on my lips for about 5 minutes and dry. Guys, look how pretty that looks. You can see my lips. They're stained. That's it. So, here we go. Run a brush through it, but I don't have one nearby, so no brush through it. But that's my look, and you know, it looks like you can see my skin still, and I've got some lines, and it's not perfect, but I think it looks pretty perfect, and I love it. And I hope it works for you, and I hope it helps you out and you enjoyed this video. So if you stuck around and hung around to the end, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I hope it benefited you, and subscribe to my channel. And if people subscribe and enjoy this video, then I will lean in and make more videos. But I've just felt lately a little lost, and I didn't know what direction to go in, but I still want to, you know, have the same outcome. I want to help women feel better about themselves and do better, and regardless of what age and as we get older, still feel like, you know, every day's a new day, and every day's a day to start fresh, and every day's a day to reinvent yourself. And I really want to be in that direction. I just don't know what to focus on. But today, maybe today's day one of a new direction. So there we go. Who knows? But I wanted to do it, so I did. And here we are. So subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, tell me if you like the makeup look and if you think it might work for you. And I look forward to reading your comments. and I will see you all soon. I hope.